Chapter 1, September 5th, 2015. "Ally, have you seen my shoes?" Alys Dewitt rolled her eyes. "Did you check under the bed?" Her younger sister, Regina, was constantly losing something. They both sat in Regina's chamber, wearing their undergarments covered by a silk robe. If it wasn't one thing, her sister would make something up, so the attention would fall back to where she believed it belonged, on her. Alice plopped down into one of the fancy retro chairs next to the window and pulled a nail file from her overstuffed purse. She slid it across her nails to even them out. Maybe she would get lucky, and Regina would find her shoes without asking for help. "You can help me, you know," Regina whined. "You are my maid of honour." No such luck. With a sigh, she dropped the nail file back in her purse. She should have known better. Regina couldn't do anything on her own. Drama queen. Her sister put the very idea to shame. Men loved her, though. They weren't able to look past her perfect frame and flawless heart-shaped face. That Regina's face was draped with platinum blonde hair and aquamarine eyes didn't hurt, and was enough to give Alice a complex. Her perfect sister. In truth, Alice was tired of people comparing them. She was content with how she looked and her life choices. So what if she was still single, and her sister appeared to have found the man of her dreams? Someday she'd find a man worth spending the rest of her life with, and if she didn't, well, that was perfectly fine too. At least, that's what she kept telling herself. Complex. Ugh, okay, I may have one. "I'm more than aware of my status in your wedding." The person in charge of making sure she showed up and radiated her perceived perfectness. Just because she organised things down to the last detail didn't mean she should have to do it. Her sister was lucky she loved her. She pasted a bright smile on her face and turned toward Regina. "I can't wait to watch you walk down the aisle and marry Trenton." Alice couldn't wait for this wedding to be over with. She loved her sister, honestly, but her attitude grated on her nerves. Regina's spoiled princess demeanour drove her insane. Alice could only spend so much time with her before she felt her fingers start to twitch. A desire to wrap them around her sister's neck and squeeze filled her, and it took all of her self-control not to act on it. "You don't look very happy about it. Don't you want to be part of my wedding?" Regina pouted. "Your fists are clenched at your side and you've been bitchier than usual." Alice tilted her head heavenward, silently praying for patience. She turned her attention to her overwrought sister. "I promise I want to be part of your big day." She crossed her heart and blew her a kiss. "Now think, where was the last place you saw your shoes? For once, please remember, so she wouldn't have to mess up her own hair digging around for her sister's shoes." Regina bit her lip, and a small tear slid down her cheek. "I don't know." Alice took a deep breath and braced herself for the stream of tears about to descend. "It will be fine, Gina. Let me take a look. I'm sure they're here." She crossed the room and patted her on the back. Alice turned and scanned the room. No, her shoes weren't any place obvious. It appeared as if she'd have to do some serious searching. "Thank you." Regina's voice wobbled. "You are the best sister, truly." That's what she was to everyone, the one they could always depend on. What would they do if she suddenly disappeared? Maybe she should. Teach them all they would have to learn to do for themselves sometimes. Alice couldn't really do it, though. Meanness, along with selfishness, wasn't her go-to attitude. That was what made people lean on her so much. She was an easy target to get roped into doing everything. She walked around the room and looked under the furniture. No shoes. There was only one place left to check. Alice headed toward the closet. Alice sat down in the walk-in closet and rifled through a pile of clothes. She tossed them to the other side in an effort to reach the bottom. Of course, lying in the middle of it all was a pair of white stilettos, with clear crystals decorating the toes and along the side.